Where did this tape come from? I can hear people already like, oh, you know, this is a serious matter. Yeah, it is serious. And that's why I'm asking this question. Where the hell did that tape come from? The rumor goes that supposedly Diddy paid like $50,000 for the tape. But it doesn't make any sense because if he had the tape, then how did it get released? Tape is 8 years old. If Diddy paid off the hotel to have the tape, he would have been destroyed it. So clearly he didn't have the tape. How is a hotel able to hold on to a domestic violence tape of a high profile celebrity beating a woman? Why, when we get the tape, the hotel has closed down? So now nobody can question these people, and we don't even know when they closed. Like, they could have literally closed down in 2016. With all this corruption and stuff going on, it's all over the place. I'm talking about not just in Hollywood, no, the government too, all that different stuff. I'm trying to figure out, because as a man, regardless of how annoying women can be, I know that I'm here to protect them. They're not here to protect me. So the wisest thing a man could do would be asking this question: who had that tape the whole time? Because a lot of people are looking at it like, oh, they're trying to slander a black man. It's like, no, he really did do that. My question is, who held this tape? And then why would they release it now? You guys know in Britain, right, in the UK, there's a thing going on where like 1,400 girls got raped. They were underage girls. Pakistani, whatever. But if you read the transcripts, they were like sticking stuff in these girls' like anal cavities to widen them up so they could be gang raped by all these guys. The government withheld this information. Political correctness, whatever the case may be. And everybody's trying to make a big thing about it, like, oh, how could that government do it? I don't know. How could we have stuff like this over here? Domestic violence tapes that just pop up out of nowhere from closed hotels with, big A-lister names on them. Who had that tape? Couldn't have been the hotel that closed down. That would have been a money grab. Why wouldn't they just grab the money? It couldn't be Diddy who had the tape, because it would have never got released. Especially from CNN. How did they get it and not TMZ? I'm pretty sure TMZ would have paid more. I don't think a police officer leaked the tape. I don't think Diddy was holding that tape. He would have been destroyed it. It would have been the most logical thing to do. Why would you keep it? So I don't think it was him. I don't think they got it from his house when they did the raids and stuff. I don't think that's where it came from. I think that was all. I think they've been had that tape. But then that makes you ask a real important question. Who would be holding that? So basically there's dead women, right? in cases we could have been solved, but there's a high profile name attached to it. So somebody's just holding these tapes. If that's not scary, I don't know what is. And I'm a grown man. I'm not saying it like I'm scared. I'm saying it like people that want to get into the industry, you really don't have any safety net. There's no protection in it. Because you could be a 19-year-old girl and used and abused, because people will say, well, I don't believe Cassie's innocent. She stayed for 10 years. And it's like, well, if you are with somebody who can beat you up in a hotel, hallway by the elevator on camera, and the tape just disappear, I can see why she was a little intimidated. She got beat up in a hotel hallway next to the elevator. You don't think she was like thinking, oh, okay, eventually the tape come out and I'll be saved. Days go by, weeks go by, months go by, years go by. You never hear nothing. So I can see why she was quiet. She probably was scared. Oh, she was doing dirt too. I don't even know if you could call it doing dirt or a Stockholm syndrome. I think it's just more or less like you're trapped. Like I said, he literally whooped your ass in a hotel in front of the camera. You never heard about it for years. Sex trafficking is real. Children trafficking is real. I could see her being shook, and that's why she did her little written thing. But you notice she ain't done no interviews, nothing. He's even locked up. She still ain't came out and talked about it. I can see why. If nobody's asking the right questions, how did this tape just pop up out of nowhere with a woman being beat up, kicked, stomped, all types of stuff in America? I could try to connect this with, selling parts for your wall dirt cheap. I could do that. I could connect it with a whole bunch of other things. But all I'm saying is, who had the Cassie beat down tape the whole time? Who had it? And how does that make you feel about Hollywood and the music industry? Like, are these people really? Should we cut off the fountain of energy that we're giving them? Because that's all they are. They're just energy vampires. I think we should, because at the end of the day, nobody's safe. Like, you're going to allow your child to be a singer and then get caught up in a situation like that? Because it's going down. You bear witness to one. Last year, it was 8 years old. That's some crazy shit. I don't think Diddy put it out. He wouldn't have. He never had that tape because he would have got rid of it. So who was holding the tape? And then why did they let it out? Diddy wasn't even going to he wasn't even dealing with that problem. And then the tape comes out of nowhere, and then he pays her $30 million, and then everything else falls. Like, if she had nothing to do with it, really, it was going to happen anyway, and maybe it was just time for them to do it. But I don't know what's going to happen with Jay-Z. I have really nothing to say about that. But as far as Diddy, I believe he's cooked, and he really only has two choices. He's either going to Epstein it and end up mysteriously dead, or he's going to rat, and that's going to make a lot of stuff fall. Why is the government holding it? I don't think the government was ever holding it. Like, I think during the Trump years, we're going to find out way more information. I think that was the left holding it because they're all involved in it. It's just like the Epstein list. It's mainly a bunch of Democrats. That's why. People don't have to believe me. You can say there's Republicans on there. I believe there is. I believe there's bipartisans on there, nonpartisans on there. I do. But I think if it was more Republicans on those lists, the left would have been let that cat out the bag. They don't. Why the hell would they have all this dirt and not use it? The only people that will be covering stuff up like that. And then think about it. Only the left is around celebrities. That's the checkmate right there. Only the left is only Barack Obama is pictures with, Diddy and showing off his hip hop playlists and Jay-Z. I got Obama on the text and all this different. It's mainly celebrities. It's mainly the left. Hillary Clinton, hot sauce in her purse. Who is she talking to? She's talking to the Breakfast Club. Okay, that's all to the left. So only a fool is going to try to intertwine the Republicans with Hollywood entertainment when every freaking entertainer is against Republicans. They have been like that. So it's like, I don't know what Democrats are going to do. I don't know how they're going to try to play that off when it's impossible to do. All the celebrities are around you guys. And that means all the weird, mysterious celebrity deaths are around you guys. That's what it means. All these TikTok influencers are just dropping dead. Who had that tape? Because the hotel been closed down. They couldn't have took a bribe from Diddy. He would have been destroyed that tape. These handlers and gatekeepers, that can't be a conspiracy. That has to be real. So I'll leave you guys with that question. Who had the Cassie beatdown tape the whole time? Because if it was in possession of Diddy, he would have destroyed it. If the hotel had it and was using it as bribery, they wouldn't have had to close down. How did CNN get it? I think this is why Diddy's lawyers and him were like, this is because they're the ones saying, Cassie's side is saying Diddy bribed the hotel $50,000. And Diddy's side is like, that's absurd. That doesn't make any sense. And I believe his attorney's side, because he would have destroyed that tape. We would have never been able to get it. What fool does that? What fool literally has his career in his hands? Like, this is a career-ending thing. And he has possession of it. And he's not somewhere with some gasoline, one of those little barrels and a lighter. He would have been got rid of that. So, I mean, we all pretty much know the answer, the whole small hat thing, but do we have a name? Do we have a direct link? Somewhere involved in the music industry or the Hollywood industry. I'm pretty sure of it. Pretty positive of it. But who? Either we'll never know or time will tell. But it would have to be someone who Puff, like, who Diddy would have, like, a lot to express. So I'm thinking it's probably one of these recent CEOs that resigned. It's probably one of them, because as soon as he got caught, a few of them started to drop like flies. They just started to resign. So I'm leaning towards that. The Kevin Lyles and all that. And since they're upper fish, I'm pretty sure they were the ones who got access to the tape first. Let's say it like that. I don't even think Diddy knew. I don't. Like, I think if anything, if he went down there to security and was banging on them about a tape, they probably gave him a different angle or something like that, and maybe he thought it was good. Like, oh shit, I already got rid of that evidence. It's fine, but maybe this is a different angle. Like, oh, you didn't see it. We had a camera right there too. Makes sense, because why would he be so chill this long, knowing that that was over his head and he has no access to it? Why would he be chilling? Maybe they gave him a dummy tape and he destroyed that, and he thought everything was solid, but they had another tape. That makes sense. That's cliche. That's in movies. You know what I'm saying? If anything happens to me, there's mad duplicates of this tape. It's getting sent to all the radio stations and media, all over the town. I've heard of that play before, so I can see that happening. You guys give me some feedback, or let me know how you guys feel. Who had that tape the whole time? Do you think it was the elites? Do you think it was the small hats? Do you think it was the devil worshippers? Or could it simultaneously be all three? I don't know. Ghost.